Guys, I am so glad I left New York, guys. I'm so glad. I mean this, guys. Guys, I never had any issues with the concept of like immigration or migrancy, guys. I have immigrated into multiple countries throughout my life. Seriously, guys. Residency in four other countries other than the United States of America. Active residency, right? And so the problem is here, guys. Every single time I've done this the correct way for the most part. Not for the most part, but I've done this literally the correct way, guys. Including my wife. My wife, she's a Spanish resident, guys. Well, Spanish citizen, apologies. And it took her about a year to get her green card in the United States of America, done completely the correct way, guys. The overall problem is that the overall strain that migrants are kind of having on a lot of these cities these days, it's not honestly sustainable, guys. If we're talking about having to cut like police funding, cut fire department funding, after school programs, community funding that basically the citizens are paying taxes on just to facilitate a gigantic migrant influx, guys, I don't know if that's worth it, guys. It honestly sounds like, we should be kind of pushing the migrants towards, I don't know, somewhere else, maybe, guys. And I'm not just saying like, hey, listen, New York exclusively, but obviously New York, Portland, Chicago are all being flooded with migrants. We have a lot of empty space where they can go, guys. All right, and they can be held there at least for the time, until we can actually see who's actually here for valid reasons and people who are just trying to kind of milk the system, guys. Right. I have no problem with that. I understand America absolutely was built on immigration. I understand the concept of it completely. I back it, guys. I back the poem written on the Statue of Liberty. All of this, guys. But we need to be very wary with the influx, guys. That's it. Let's just fix that one thing. Let's just fix where the people should actually be going. They should probably not be going to our biggest cities in the country, guys. All right. Property values seem to be dropping. Also, I recently checked out some real estate in New York City just to see exactly how things are happening. And I'm seeing like, bro, you can get a house but like a apartment or a condo, let's say, for under $200,000 in New York. That doesn't make any sense, bro. That's pretty crazy. People are leaving. I understand. Again, I'm very happy that I'm no longer in this very specific situation to have to force my kid to go without, right, for people that really shouldn't be there. If that makes any sense, guys. But let's go and check this out, guys. The name of the video is the New York City migrant crisis forces Eric Adams to cut funding to city agencies.
Let's take you to New York now. New York's migrant crisis is now hurting the bank accounts of city workers that people rely heavily on the most. Police, fire, sanitation, and corrections departments have all been directed to cut their overtime because of it. Mayor Eric Adams slashing paychecks for officers and firefighters.
Bro, that's a lot of people.
100,000 migrants who have arrived in the Big Apple over the last year. With no end in sight, Adams estimating that caring for all of these people will cost billions of dollars. Emily Finn explains how he's trying to find funding for all of that. Hey, Emily.
Hey, Marky, good morning. Well, the overtime pay cuts is going to be for firefighters, police, sanitation workers, and others as a way to pay for housing the influx of migrants arriving in New York City from the southern border. But crime in the Big Apple is higher now than it was before the pandemic, sparking concerns about moving funds away from law enforcement.
I have to be honest with New Yorkers on what we're about to experience, a financial typhoon, a tsunami that I don't think this city has ever experienced.
New York's
a financial tsunami? But you said that with such,
typhoon, a tsunami that I don't think this city has ever experienced.
New York
Guys,
City
be
Mayor
careful
Eric
who you vote
Adams
for,
has
guys.
long warned city services would be affected due to the ongoing migrant crisis, saying that's when New Yorkers will get a real sense of just how bad the situation is. The mayor is implementing a 5% cut in spending, and that means less overtime pay. At the top,
guys, it also says sanitation. Guys, you know how dirty Manhattan is, guys? It's dirty, guys. It smells like urine. That's basically, what it is. Rats are pretty much, the squirrels of the South. Guys, I'm telling you, right? That's what they are, right? But to even try to cut any of these things specifically to kind of facilitate, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. Like specifically at the rate, like if it was a smaller number of people coming into Manhattan, I'm sure we can kind of withstand that type of thing, guys. But guys, we have places like Alaska, right? You know, like that could probably hold a lot of people, bro. Send them to Alaska, guys. But all right.
Implementing a 5% cut in spending, and that means less overtime pay. At the top of the list is the NYPD, an unreasonable request, some say, because officers work overtime to make up for the department's shortage, and cost-cutting is jeopardizing safety on the streets and in the city subways. Down almost 1,100 officers.
Keep them in the subways.
The NYPD continues to lose personnel to retirement or relocation to other departments.
I love seeing the cops because that's for protection. There's a lot of things going on the subway.
But the migrant arrivals is posing a financial strain on the city. The cost of housing, feeding, and educating the migrants is expected to approach $12 billion, the mayor says, if the federal and state government doesn't send
it's $4 billion a year.
Significant funding to help offset the city's cost.
This issue will destroy New York City.
And you're allowing it. You're literally allowing it to destroy New York City. Oh, God, guys.
The fire, sanitation, and corrections departments have all been told to do the same thing to cut OT cost, and the city's public school system is also cutting programs.
Everything is on the table now. You know, think about this for a moment.
Yeah.
We're talking $12 billion. Yeah. $12 billion of running our city.
But why are you smiling?
Sanitation, police, education, libraries, everything that we have to run the city.
Every city agency has been ordered to submit a budget proposal reflecting an up to 15% cut in spending and must now issue monthly reports so the city can track that overtime spending. Nick and Markey.
Emily, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. All
right, guys, really quickly. There was one part that I don't know the overall leaning of this very specific channel that we just reacted to here, guys, but this part here
would be affected due to the ongoing migrant crisis. Eric Adams has long warned city services would be affected due to the ongoing migrant crisis.
It sounds, the reason why I'm pointing this out, because I'm not sure why it almost feels like they're attempting to correlate migrants just to straight crime, if that makes any sense. I don't think migrants just increase crime rates, guys. I mean, obviously, I guess it depends specifically, but I'm not in the camp of thinking that all migrants just bring crime. That's ridiculous, guys. All right, that's completely ridiculous. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Again, I don't mind it. I just wish it was less, if that makes a lot less. I think we need to probably maybe fix whatever is making them come at the rate that they are, guys. Because obviously well, how about this, guys? Matter of fact, if Americans are honestly struggling right now, I can only imagine what the rest of the world is specifically feeling if a lot of Americans are struggling. I'm not saying we're like the marker here, guys, but if Americans are struggling in the way that they are financially, imagine what other countries are struggling through. I think that's probably the issue. And then they're coming here not understanding or not caring, or them trying themselves to get out of whatever situation they are in, maybe, and them looking up as in like on the map, right? And then them looking up and being like, I'm like this, but they're still like this, even though they're not as good as they were, right? And that's probably what they're doing, guys. They're coming, a lot of them for financial reasons, guys, to send money back home, basically to remove income from the United States of America. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.